Alright, good evening everybody. I do apologize for the delay in start here, but when you have to work late and you're trying to cut it close, well, it just doesn't work out. So, welcome everybody to the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament. As if you've seen the first 12 minutes of this run, garionoldwolf and Herbaceous Meteor are through one hell of a level 5 right now, so these guys are having all kinds of issues trying to figure out how to get to the finish line here, but it looks like these guys are getting close here. And the matchup tonight is between garionoldwolf and Herbaceous Meteor. And again, I do apologize for being a little late tonight, but unfortunately, duty called for me. I had to work later than I anticipated, and I had no chance of letting people know that I was going to be late for this race. But I am here now, and it's time for me to call the exciting Super Mario Bros. 3 randomizer action here on Speed Gaming 2. So, let's take a look at the progress these runners have made right now. It looks like that Herbaceous Meteor is at the fort. Now he's playing the card game. And it looks like garionoldwolf's about one stage behind. Unfortunately, no matches for Herbaceous Meteor, so he's going to have to see if he can get a prize off of these Sledgehammer Brothers. He's going to wait it out so he doesn't get hit by these hammers. And there's one. Right now, garionoldwolf is in 1-6. And he gets a P-Wing for his efforts, and that could help him out later on. garionoldwolf just about finishing off World 1-6, gets over the Fire Snake who plummets to his doom, and now we have Herbaceous Meteor at my favorite fort of the game, Fort 7F1. This is the, of course, Fort Knox because of all the gold that you can get if you're playing casually. Unfortunately, Meteor missing the mark on that pipe. garionoldwolf also has no luck playing the end card game, so he doesn't get any prizes either. He'll be going to the fort right now. He's in 7F1, but unfortunately for him, he's coming without a tail equipped. So he's going to have to grab this P-block, enter this door, and grab the Tanuki suit. So that's going to further Herbaceous Meteor's lead for a little bit. Of course, in 7F1, the item behind the giant question block has to always be a Tanuki suit because of the sanity check. You have to have some kind of tail in order to get to that pipe above. So you're always going to see a Tanuki suit behind that particular question block. garionoldwolf, he gets to the pipe, no trouble at all. 5-1 is where Herbaceous Meteor is right now. Let's see if he goes for the 5-up. Nope, he is going to bank on the fact that 6 extra lives will be enough to get him through for a while. And down goes Boom Boom on Garion's side, so he's about one level behind. Here's a nice simple level for Herbaceous Meteor. This is 1-3. Ooh, and garionoldwolf does get the 3 of a kind. That's going to increase his lives. I mean, why not? We already had the game over, but look at this. An anchor on Herbaceous Meteor's side here. That acts as a wild card. It could be anything. And we have World 7's airship. Oh! Getting nice and toasty there is Herbaceous Meteor there next to the flame jet. He does not take damage, though. And now garionoldwolf is at 1-3 himself. So decision time for garionoldwolf. Is he going to go for the item, or it looks like he's going to go for the item himself, and he's going to get that anchor power. That power could act as anything. And any anchor you get, they will always act as the same item throughout the entire seed. And we have Roy Koopa here. One hit, Roy. How about that? So very easy fight there for Herbaceous Meteor. And ladies and gentlemen, 16.5 minutes into the seed, we finally have a contestant out of World 1. Yes, that is correct. Warp whistles are removed because this is a warpless tournament. All of our contestants have to go through 8 worlds. So there will be no warp whistles in this game. They will be replaced by something else. And the next world up is going to be World 7. We just got done with its airship. So let's see if this is going to be a kind World 7 or if they are going to have to run through the gauntlet. garionoldwolf pleasantly surprised. Ooh, and look at this. It's a fast World 7 with the hammer equipped. And now he's at the World 6 beta level here. So Herbaceous Meteor going to have a good start here to this World 7. I do not know if garionoldwolf picked up a hammer along the way, but if he did not, that is going to mean big trouble for him. We will see. Herbaceous Meteor getting through the World 6 beta, and now garionoldwolf was going to take that same pipe. He does have the hammer, so he's going to stay level pegging with Herbaceous Meteor. Let's see what the next fort is going to be. It is going to be 3F2. Not a terribly difficult fort, and if he can keep that fire suit intact, he'll make quick work out of Boom Boom. That's something that garionoldwolf can't do at the moment. He will get a leaf here out of the World 6 beta level. I did not see it because they went by so fast, but it turns out that the hammer was the item that the princess gave these runners after World 5. And Herbaceous Meteor keeping that fire suit intact, making quick work of Boom Boom, and is done with that fortress. And garionoldwolf still keeping pace. He's just the one level behind. Now, with the music box potentially not going to use, he's going to play through the Piranha level, because at the end he will get an item, and it could be something very valuable. So, we'll see if this comes into play for garionoldwolf. And what does Herbaceous get? He gets a Jugum Cloud. Ooh, that's a very nice pickup. He'll be able to skip any level if he sees something he doesn't like. Unfortunately, Garion losing his power up there at the very end, so he'll have to take down... Ooh, now he's down to Small Mario. Got to get one more hit. He got him. This is World 1's airship, I believe. And we do now have Ludwig von Koopa, and he's the normal Earthquake variety. 2 hits is not enough. 3 hits is not enough. 4 hits. 4-hit Luddy. But a very easy fight there for Herbaceous Meteor. He keeps his fire suit, and he is cleared with World number 2. Garion playing the end card game. He's already found a couple of matches. He's looking for a third, which he does. Now he's looking for the 10 coin. That's a 4th match right there. Now the last mushroom. Can he find the last mushroom? He's thinking about what the possible patterns might be. Nope, he finds the flower, so his turn is over with. Now let's see what we get from Peach this time around. Nothing, because it's Bowser. You're worth more dead than alive. I know I've heard that quotation somewhere. World 6 is our next area for these runners. As Garion is going to go through the Piranha level, he's going to get that Jugum Cloud as well. Herbaceous getting an end card of his own. Let's see if he can get any prizes. There's a flower. Now he's looking for the star, but that's a mushroom, so no match. Finds the mushroom right there. Now he's got to find the 4th mushroom, but that's another flower, so that's the end of Herbaceous Meteor's turn. It looks like he got a hammer as one of the prizes there. Very nice. I believe the mushroom acts as the hammer in the card game. Garion completes World 2, and now Herbaceous Meteor finds himself in one of the beta levels. This is the Waterfall. Some speculate it might be one of World 7's betas, but that's up to you to decide. No problem at all there as he gets to the top of the pipe there, and that is going to be all for Herbaceous Meteor at the Waterfall. garionoldwolf is going to get no prize, as again, Bowser is giving you the letter at the end of World 7. Now, Herbaceous Meteor's got 2 cards, and he finds himself at 3-2 next. Garion's going to check this pipe. But I didn't see Herbaceous Meteor make any progress. Or did he? I know he did make progress. This is the same. This is the same. They're practically following each other's footsteps right now. So now Herbaceous Meteor done with 3-2. He's going to try to avoid the star if he can, which he does. He'll claim his one-up. He still has 7 extra lives remaining. Garionoldwolf having a little trouble with the final jump there, but he is done with the waterfall. And now Herbaceous Meteor going to take his shot, using the star to take down the Boomerang Brothers with no problem at all. His reward is going to be another P-Wing, so these Hammer Brothers are loaded with P-Wings early on. Change in direction, though. Garionoldwolf is going to take the upper path, and I believe this is 6-3. And another Hammer Brother down, and another P-Wing for Herbaceous Meteor. Amazing! These Hammer Brothers, is that all they carry are P-Wings? And Garionoldwolf able to avoid the 3 of a kind. He gets a flower to complete his hand. He's got 11 extra lives. Oh, but Herbaceous Meteor here in a little bit of trouble here in 4-1. Meteor getting a very generous power-up there behind that giant question mark. Gotta watch out for those fire chomps, though. They're all over the place here in 4-1. Right behind him is Garionoldwolf, so these guys continue to stay neck and neck here in World 3. If these guys keep up the pace that they've been keeping up, it could very well come down to World 8. Both of these runners are doing their race tonight back-to-back. Now Herbaceous Meteor finds 6F3, a.k.a. the Carpet Fort. Ooh, watch out for those flames. Oh, they're all over the place. Herbaceous Meteor going to get the fire flower power up, and Garionoldwolf keeps his raccoon suit intact as he is done with 4-1. Still very close race between these two. And indeed, Garionoldwolf did decide to skip on one of the Hammer Brothers, which means he loses out on a P-Wing, which isn't the most devastating loss in the world. Oh, 3 flames! Well, at least 2 of them are the ones that act like the Boo Diddleys, but one of them is the one that goes in random directions, so not the worst pattern in the world. He keeps his fire suit intact, and boom, boom goes bye-bye. And not too far behind. The key is, can he keep his fire suit across these Boos? He does indeed. Now he's got to be very careful that he doesn't get hit by these fires. 3-1 is where Meteor is right now. Garion is catching up a little bit here. Still very, very close. Ah, Hotfoot is the name of the enemy. I never really knew the name of the enemies there. And how often do you see a mini cheat sheet without the Big Bertha to go with it? I never see it. Back to the card game is Garion. Unfortunately, no match on the first go-around. He needs to find the flower, which he does. There's a star right there. He's down to 3 pairs. Herbaceous Meteor at the card game has completed all of his flowers and completed all of his mushrooms. Garionoldwolf down to his last 2 sets of cards. Looking for the 20, but does not find the 20. Meteor trying to find the other star there. That's a match. Couple of hammers for Garion. Looking for the 10. He's found the 10. Now he's looking for the star, but that's the 20. So Meteor will get his last 2 prizes on the next round of the end card game. Meteor checking number 9, and it looks like this is 610. Yeah, this is 610. Now, there is a little known fact about 610 here. Obviously, if you have the Fire Flower, you can unfreeze the coins and those chompers, but a little known fact there. See that pipe that's guarded by those 4 black chompers? If you fire zap those 4 chompers, get the P block that is here later on, and go to that pipe, those chompers turn into coins, and there is actually a hidden pipe there that leads you to a Hammer Brothers suit. Garionoldwolf taking block 10, and this is going to be a much faster one because this is one of the hands levels. It's the easiest hands levels that has a bunch of coins, but Garion having trouble getting into that pipe. Herbaceous is now in the Navy, and every prize is going to be a leaf. Boy, how vanilla is that? Chat, you know what to do about that. It means every hand level in this seed is going to garner you a leaf. Herbaceous getting into the pipe just in time before that bomb explodes, but Garionoldwolf taking the lead now as he enters the fort first. This is World 2's airship. reason is Herbaceous Meteor decided not to use the hammer on that lock. Garionoldwolf did use the hammer, so he's going to take a lead at the moment, but that could have some repercussions later on in this race. Meteor now right behind him. Let's see how many hits Lemmy takes. 1 is not enough. Ooh, a weak 2-hit Lemmy. I'll tell you what, all these races I've done where Lemmy Koopa's been at the end of World 6, he has been generally very, very weak. And once again, Lemmy not aware about the all-you-can-eat buffet in Bowser's Castle. Let's see what the prize is behind Peach's letter there for Garion. He's going to get a P... So many P-Wings here. Next up is World 4. In World 4 spot, so chat, you know what to do about that. Garion does not like what he sees on that pipe, so he's going to take the other pipe. Now, which pipe will Meteor take first? He's going to take the one on the right as well, and decision time for Meteor. Well, he's going to use a hammer here, but that is all the hammers that Garion has right now as he enters Fort 1. Of course, Garion knows that the mushrooms are what will give you hammers in the end card game. The problem is Garion's next end card game is only going to have 2 pairs, and none of those are going to be mushrooms. Meteor also going to use a hammer here, and he's in Fort 1 as well. The difference is he's got a raccoon tail, so as long as he doesn't get hit, he is going to gain some ground here on Garion, which he does. In fact, I think Meteor is going to take a very small lead. What's the item? Another Jugum Cloud for Meteor, so Meteor is going to take a small lead on Garion by just a couple of seconds here. But what if that fortress is the fortress he needs for that bridge? Nope, it's not. So it's the other fortress is what you need to complete in order to complete the bridge here. Now Meteor and Garionoldwolf are both in 6-7. Uh-oh. Meteor almost loses his footing there, but thankfully he had that raccoon tail, and he is done with 6-7. You can tell it's 6-7 because of all the coins at the end where you need the Fire Flower suit to unfreeze them. A boss bass at the top of that pipe? Yikes! Garionoldwolf gets 3 stars, so he'll collect 5 extra lives. And Meteor's prize is a music box, so finally the Hammer Brothers don't have P-Wings, they have something a little bit more modest. Garionoldwolf picking up a mushroom, something you don't normally see Hammer Brothers carry. They can carry any item, though. That's the beauty of the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer. Now Garionoldwolf, he's at the next level. I believe this is 5-4. Ah yes, a Mew Mew fan in chat makes a good point. The locks and bridges are not randomized. That's going to be coming up in the second flag set. And now Meteor finds himself into 3-8, which is normally an intimidating level with Boss Bass, but it looks like Boss Bass is nowhere to be found this time around. Garion taking the fort, ooh, but didn't see that Dry Bones coming there, and he's going to lose his power, but gain it right back, so he's got a Fire Flower. Garionoldwolf here in 6F2. Hopefully he doesn't slide away. We've seen a few players fall victim to this fort because of the ice physics. And Garionoldwolf not even going to bother. There could have potentially been a star there. Meteor going to complete his card game here. He just needs to get the stars and the 20 coins, and that's a wrap for him. Garionoldwolf just about done with the fort, but having trouble getting into the door because those ice physics, they're taunting him. Meteor right behind him. So right now, Garion has the lead. We've had a couple of lead changes here in this World 4. So nice tight race we have between both of our runners. And Garion is not going to play the end card game. He's going to leave it behind. This is World 5's airship. So Iggy is going to be the boss here, and Iggy has a very wonky hitbox that tends to cheat runners more often than not. So we'll see if that comes into play. Hopefully for these runners' sakes, it's a one-hit Iggy. Let's find out. We're going to go for the fire strats here. It is a one-hit Iggy, so Garion has taken down World 4. So Very well done. Didn't even need that fire suit. And that is one thing to keep in mind, folks, is that Herbaceous Meteor does have the extra Jugum Clouds, which very well could come into play, plus a hammer. So right now, Garion has the lead on paper, as it were, but Meteor has the weapons to take the lead right back at any time. There's a Jugum Cloud at the end for Garion. Does Garion have any hammer? He has no hammers left. And he was hoping that anchor would act as a hammer, but instead it acts as a star. So that is a bad news there for garionoldwolf. I bet you'd like to have more bombs. Wrong randomizer. Yes, that would be the Zelda 1 randomizer where you might hear that phrase, or the vanilla game, as it were. So Meteor is going to retake the lead here. He's got the hammer. He's going to skip Area 5. He's going to skip Area 6, and using the fire suit to take down the Boomerang Brothers. Almost got a little bit of chin music there. And he's going to get a hammer! Oh, man. The rich are getting richer here. And just like that, as the people in chat advertise, Meteor now has taken a very healthy lead on garionoldwolf. And unfortunately, Garion takes a death at the quicksand level. Or, check that. No, this is the quicksand level, yes. So used to seeing that angry sun in the quicksand level, but no such luck here. This is World 3's airship, and... ooh, getting bodied there by Cheat Seat Koopa there. Larry getting into his face there. Well, but 3 hits is not enough. 4 hits. It's a 4 HP Larry Koopa there. So not a problem for Meteor, as he is done with World 5, and he's got now a 3-zone lead. Well, lucky for Garion, this is 4F1, one of the more shorter forts of the game. Let's see what path he decides to take. There's the good old quote from Blind in Link to the Past. Let's see what the prize is from Peach. Another Jugum Cloud! Man, where is Peach coming up with all of these valuable power-ups? And yes, question in chat regarding the end card game. Not only do the prizes change, but also the layouts. The layouts are always going to be different, but there is one thing you should know, is that there's always going to be 8 different layouts per seed, as Herbaceous Meteor finds himself now in the 3-9 beta, and with the star equipped, takes down Boss Bass. Nicely done. And garionoldwolf clears his end card game. Oh, but big, bad Boss Bass taking down Meteor, and he is fish bait. You're going to go into the coin ship here, which is the auto-scrollers turned off, so you can grab as many coins as you'd like here, as fast as you possibly can, and another music box from the Hammer Brothers. So yeah, the Hammer Brothers are starting to run dry. Meteor back into that 3-9 beta. Now, Garion, he's going to get this hammer if he can survive this Boomerang Brothers fight. Look out. Oh, almost got clipped by that Boomerang, but he is going to survive and get his hammer. Garion was trying to find a power behind the blocks, which is randomized. Sometimes you find a prize and sometimes you don't, but unfortunately for Garion, nothing here. And Meteor completes his hand, gets another 1-up. He's got 10 extra lives at his disposal. Garion has a whopping 16. Garion right now is in 5-7. Ooh, but he's down to Small Mario after he lands on top of that. Look out for that Goomba! Oh, that was a close call there for Garion. Speaking of World 5, Herbaceous is now in 5-6. Again, with the auto-scrollers mostly turned off, makes a practically unpleasant level be much more manageable for these runners. As garionoldwolf now reaches the airship here in World 5. Meteor right now is in World 2, which means World 3 is going to be the last world before we get to World 8. So Morton Koopa will be our boss at the end of this airship, whatever it might be. Got the fire suit on. Oh, but unfortunately misses the mark on bricking that. Another hammer for Meteor. Man, this seat's been raining P-Wings and hammers and Jugum Clouds. I mean, where is this on a, where the heck is this when it comes to Flag 2? We could see like a 25-minute seed with these kind of items. Is my real name Alex Jones? I have no idea who Alex Jones is, so no, my real name is not Alex Jones. This is the World 4 airship that Meteor is in right now. But Wolf is just completed World 5, so right now Meteor's got a full world ahead of Wolf. So it's going to come down to World 8, and given the resources, you got to like Meteor's chances here. And it's a vanilla 3 HP Morton Salt Koopa, and that'll be all for World 6 for Meteor. Garion, though, going to use a hammer and go down this pipe, and he's got a couple of Jugum Clouds at his disposal. He'll go to panel number 3 and find... Oh, what anticipation there from Garion. It looked like that Boss Bass was definitely going to have Mario... Oh, look at that! Twice in a row, it looked like Boss Bass is going to have Mario for lunch 3 times in a row here. What is going on here? garionoldwolf with the anticipation 4 times in a row. My goodness gracious, these moves that Garion is putting on Boss Bass. Unbelievable. Talk about anticipation. That's pro strats at work, folks. Meteor picking up a star from that Hammer Brothers tile. Oh, but unfortunately, Garion doesn't like what he sees with 4-6, but he's got no choice. He's going to go ahead and use the Jugum Cloud, I would imagine. No, he's going to use the Fire Suit and the Jugum Cloud. Now it's decision time. He's going for 5, and uh-oh! That wasn't the best decision, Garion, because now you've run up to 5-9. You're going to use the Jugum Cloud here to get to the fort, and we have the Air Force here. My goodness gracious, I am still at awe over the Boss Bass shooting that garionoldwolf just put a clinic on in the 3.9 beta. That was absolutely amazing. He may not win this race, but I think he won a lot of people's hearts there with that particular display. Meteor taking his time here in the Air Force because he used a Jugum Cloud to get here. He doesn't want to lose his progress here. Looks like he's going to make it safely, use the Fire Suit to take down Boom Boom, and well done. Using the Fire Suit to take down the Fire Hammer Brothers just before he gets hit, and he'll get his hammer. And it's the way out for Meteor, so World 7's airship is going to be World 6. Well, that's good news because Wendy-O Koopa is the boss of World 3, and it's going to be on flat ground, so it should be a relatively easy fight. We'll see what happens. Alright, prediction. How many Baconators will Wendy have had eaten prior to the race? How strong is Wendy going to be? Let's find out. Garion is in 2-2, which he just completed. Gonna try to fire Wendy here. Let's see if he can do it. Oh, he got cornered, though. One hit is not enough. Oh, and it's Earthquake Wendy. She certainly had a couple of Baconators, but that's all because it's a 2 HP Wendy. So I'd say she had just a couple of Baconators because she did have the Earthquake. She was stomping all over the place, but only 2 HP, so didn't have enough to eat this time around. Garion's in the World 6's airship, which again is World 4, which is going to be Morton Koopa. Here's the final letter from Princess Toadstool for Meteor, and what kind of prize is she going to give this time? Just a mushroom. Now it's time for World 8. Use the P-Wing here, and this is going to be 3-4. Tell you what, this is not a bad level to use a P-Wing on, because it gets you across that long jump where I know as a kid I always had problems with it. Oh, a Mew Mew fan, Baconator. It's an inside joke that I've been doing. Anytime we get to Wendy, one of Wendy's famous sandwiches, of course, is the Baconator. So anytime we get to Wendy O'Koopa, a.k.a. Cootie Pie, we talk about how many Baconators, how strong is she? Clay Dog, I think, gave the answer, though. So, in any event, Gary's going to use the hammer here and going to take his turn against this Boomerang brother, find a 1-up. And that prize is going to be a star. We had seen Meteor get that same star, as he's now in 5F1. So far, so good for Meteor. Uh-oh, and as I say that, commentator's curse, he loses his raccoon suit. Garion's in 6-4 right now. He's going to fly to the top here for a moment here. He's going to hope that there's enough momentum. And look at that! Bet you didn't know about that. That pipe that you just saw comes out from a coin heaven that's behind a hidden block. And I didn't know about that cross. I'm guessing there's some extra coins there. Meteor taking that pipe, doesn't like what he sees. He's going to use the P-Wing here, and he's going to find that it's super tanks, and he's going to use the P-Wing to go over everything. What a good time to use that P-Wing there for Herbaceous Meteor. Garionoldwolf now is in the 7-9 maze. Meteor making quick work of the super tanks thanks to that P-Wing. Now got to take down Boom Boom. One more hit left to go, and Boom Boom once again goes Boom Boom. Very good fight there, very good level overall. Garionoldwolf trying to get to the way out here in 7-9. There it is. Unfortunately, no hands performance for Meteor this time around. It actually is one of the hands. It's in the wrong place, but it is one of the hands in a hand spot. This is the Hammer Brother variety, so he's going to get a leaf at the end, and he got a star power behind that brick, making the last part of this level easy peasy. Oh, Garionoldwolf falling down at the Air Force. Oh, tough break. Herbaceous Meteor. Oh, look out! I don't think he wanted any part of 3-7 there, as he intentionally took the death to Boss Bass, but he gets grabbed by the third hand, and now he finds himself into 7-1, being small. He's going to take the intentional death. He is. So Meteor having a little bit trouble with the hands here in World 8. And now he gets grabbed by 3-7 again. Let's see if he decides to play it this time. Nope, he's going to get swallowed up again. And if Meteor wasn't in a big lead as he is right now, some people might question this move. Now Meteor has the mushroom, and he'll be able to do the clip here in 7-1. But how many tries is it going to take? 2? No. 3? No. Down goes Boom Boom on Garion's side at the Air Force, and Meteor having some trouble with the clip here. Gets it on the 6th try, so not bad for Meteor. So he's done with 7-1. He'll be able to move on. Garion now at the World 6 airship. 2 HP Earthquake Koopa is what's awaiting for Garionoldwolf. Cootie Pie Koopa, Wendy O. Unfortunately, that pipe doesn't take him to where he needs to go, and now he's going to go through the fort and find it's an easy one. It's Fort 2, the Mortar Fort. And there's one hit. Got to get one more down, and not too much trouble there for Garion. He is done with World 7. He's going to be moving on to World 8. Meteor down to Small Mario, but he does find a mushroom where it's supposed to be. He's got to be a little bit careful there. Now, you got to be careful when you're flying in this room, because there's actually a set of spikes that you can't see on top. And if you fly too high, you're going to get hit by those spikes. Spike Fort. I think they changed the name of that. I think there's several nicknames for the World 2 Fort, but I guess Spike Fort's another one. I like Spike Fort because, yeah, there is a lot of spikes. Now garionoldwolf's here in 3-4. Won't have the P-Wing like Meteor did. So let's see if he's able to clear that jump. He does. Nice job. Decision time for Meteor. He's out of Jukum Clouds, though, so he's going to have to play it. And uh-oh, it's 6-6. Not a pleasant level at all. Garion in World 8 right now, and does he have a hammer? No. That's all the items he has. So he'll have to go back. That hammer may have come in handy. So now Garion's going to have to go through 5F1, and Meteor dies in 6-6. And yeah, he's looking at his inventory, and unfortunately, he's out. So he's going to have to go through it. Now he's going to equip the Tanuki suit. Oh! And garionoldwolf getting thwomped into the lava. Back to start he goes. And now what is he going to use? He's got plenty of Jukum Clouds. He's got 3 Jukum Clouds. Those are something Meteor could have used right now, and because of that, folks, there's a chance that if Meteor continues to have some problems here, garionoldwolf could catch up. Still Meteor's race to lose at this point, I'd say, but Garion's going to make this a ball game with those 3 clouds. Oh, but Garion taking a death again in 5F1 at generally the same location, and he can't afford to take these kind of deaths here, folks. Unfortunately, Meteor losing that Tanuki suit here just before the end of 6-6 in this final gauntlet with the Piranha Plants and these flying Cheep Cheeps, but he manages to get out of it, and Meteor will be done with 6-6. Well, absolutely, Oasis. Especially when it comes to the first flag sets, because what are the resources these runners are going to have? Yeah, World 8 definitely can be called the Great Equalizer sometimes. We've seen races turn upside down, and the hands are one of the reasons. Now Meteor's in the next panel here. This is the number 1 panel, and it's going to be 5-8. Well, Garion still has to get through the Air Force slot, and he's going to find that the super tanks are here. Shouldn't be too much of a challenge for him. Meteor is done with 5-8, so he'll be able to go to this pipe here, and he's hoping it's going to be the way out. It still could be the way out. It just might be one of those convoluted paths here. Does this pipe take Meteor to Bowser's Castle? It certainly does. So Meteor in the driver's seat right now. Now, he doesn't have any Hammer Brothers suits, nor does garionoldwolf. So they're going to have to defeat Bowser the hard way. Oh, speaking of the hard way, if you want to even get to Bowser's Castle, you got to get through Fort 8. So far, so good for Meteor. Use the P block here, run as fast as you can, collect the coins, get through the door. You don't think he got through the door fast enough. I think that is going to, yeah, it is going to lock on him. Garion completes his hand. He's got 17 extra lives. Lives are not going to be a factor for Garion in this late stage of the game here. But he's starting to gain some ground here, but Meteor's just about done with Fort 8. And Garion, he could skip this if he wanted to, which he does. He could skip these 2 if he wanted to, but he's going to go into the pipe instead. You can't fault him for making that move, but it's the incorrect move. Now Meteor is going to enter Bowser's Castle with the P-Wing. Is he going to equip a star? He is. But Garion, using the rest of his clouds, he's made it a race again. Let's say Meteor has trouble with the Bowser fight. Obviously, he shouldn't because, again, Bowser has quite the hitbox. In fact, only his head does damage. Well, let's say Meteor has some trouble with the Bowser fight. I mean, you never know. This could give Garion an opening here, but Garion has to get through World 8's Fortress flawless. Meteor with the P-wing intact. He's able to get through with no problems at all. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Bowser. Had to do it one time because it's a perfect time because we don't have a hammer suit. So the object is to get Bowser to ground pound himself through the bottomless pit to claim victory. Oh, and garionoldwolf just misses the door. He missed it by just a few frames there, but he is going to go ahead and collect the Fire Flower power-up here. But Meteor knows about that hitbox. He is protecting himself. He will not get hit by Bowser, but he can still get hit by fireballs. One more ground pound, and that should do it for Meteor. garionoldwolf is going to be just about done, but ooh, goes a little bit too quickly on Boom Boom there. And speaking of Boom Boom, Bowser going boom, and get your GGs out for Meteor. He is going to win the first race of this doubleheader. Garion made a nice comeback there, but it's going to be too little, too late. And Mario will be dining on turtle soup with Princess Toadstool. So Garion, saving his Jugum Clouds, gets to within one level of Meteor, but it is not enough. The early advantage that Meteor had proved to be too great, and Garion taking a couple of deaths in 5F1 might have been the nail in the coffin in this one. If he doesn't take those 2 deaths, who knows? It might have been even closer than this. But a very close race between Garion and Meteor to kick things off here tonight in the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament. Garion gets the clip done properly this time around, and he's currently sitting on Super Mario, so he should be in relatively good shape to take down Bowser himself. So it looks like it's going to be roughly about a 2.5 minute difference if garionoldwolf gets through this fight perfectly. Ooh, but Garion gets out of the crouch there and he is hit. Now he's got to be careful here. But again, as long as he stays away from Bowser's head and the fireballs, he should be safe. And got him. Garion will be dining on turtle soup himself, and get your GGs out for garionoldwolf. He has completed the seed just behind Meteor. About a 2.5 minute difference between these two runners. But Garion will have a chance to knot up the score in the second match. Alright, so coming up in match number 2 between garionoldwolf and Herbaceous Meteor, flags are going to change here. We're doing the second set of flags now because these runners will face each other off in the group stages twice. So in the second set of flags, now the items on the map are shuffled. So you could have a fortress to start things off right off the bat. So all of those things, the panels, the fortresses, and whatnot, those are all going to be shuffled. So you could be starting, let's say you start in World 6. Panel 10 could be the first thing you see. Or it could be a fortress. You never know. Also the positions of the locks and the bridges. That's going to change as well. So stick around, folks. Do not go away, because coming up we're going to have race number 2 between garionoldwolf and Herbaceous Meteor. Garion going to try to knot up the score here while Meteor trying to get the clean sweep. For both Herbaceous Meteor and garionoldwolf, who are in Group I, this was their first match of the tournament. We have Cobra 52, Jay Coper, and Demon Battler also in that same Group I.